We are neither nutritionists or medical providers. The topics discussed on this show are from our own research and experiences. Please consult your medical provider before attempting anything discussed on this show. Welcome to another episode of Sjogren Strong.
This is Brian.
And this is Lupe.
And this is your podcast discussing how to live.
An active. What happened? You forgot?
Has it been that long?
Where you at? Where you at, boo?
How to live an active and healthy lifestyle despite a diagnosis of Sjogren's.
Yes, it actually has been that long. I think we recorded the last episode the last one that aired in October sometime. Yeesh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What's really going on?
So, she's preoccupied taking selfies of herself.
Well, I haven't been in the studio in a while, and I just want to have some posting material. What's wrong with that?
Some postables?
I'm not preoccupied. I'm just, I can still talk. I can multitask. You know what I mean? I got it like that.
You got it like that?
Anyways, we wanted to say, since it's the new year 2022, we wanted to say Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
How's everybody doing? Did you miss us? Actually, I already know the answer to that because I have received a lot of messages, text messages, emails, and everybody's wondering if I'm okay, how we doing, and, I'm doing okay. I've just been really, really busy, but I do truly miss you guys, and here I am, wanting to do an episode. I just walked in the studio and said, Brian, let's do this. I'm ready. An episode, please.
Print this and we're talking.
Yeah, I have a cough, so sorry. I kind of am going through something right now that I wanted to share with you guys, because do as I say, not as I do. I always try to give good advice, and then
she didn't listen to her own good advice.
I did listen to it, but there's some stuff that's been happening, some sequence of events that were out of my control, so it kind of messed me up a little bit. But yeah, everybody, again, thanks for everything. Thanks for reaching out. But we're here, and we want to do an episode. And this episode, we want to talk about insurance and meds, because that is what I've been living for the last several weeks. And it's been a battle, kind of.
Yeah, to give a backstory, how did it start? Was it the new job?
The company that I'm working for.
Right.
They got new insurance. They kind of, I don't know what happened. They got new insurance kind of towards the end of the year. I want to say like September, October, new insurance. And then it was really funny because we got acquired around the same time that the insurance kicked in. And then we have new insurance, right? And then the new year happened and we got acquired, right? So then we have new insurance with the new company. Oh, my goodness. I have a headache. I can't even keep it straight.
Within a matter of 6 months, you've had 3 insurance plans.
It's been really ridiculous. And so, every insurance, you have to jump through hoops, right? I'm just lucky right now that I have PPO with the new insurance. But 2 insurance prior, I had HMO, and it was really difficult. If you guys can't afford it, always go PPO, because the hoops that I had to jump through, it's just ridiculous. It's just wait till I tell you guys. So, let's see. Where do we want to start off? Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I have notes, but everything is convoluted in my mind. So a couple of months ago, I'm sorry, I think I said weeks, but a couple of months ago, like I said, we had new insurance. And I had a standing appointment with a rheumatologist. And I made the appointment, and it was 2 months out, right? And so when it came time to go to the doctor, I ain't even lying. One day before, the insurance, the clinic called and said, "Hey," they didn't even talk to me. They just left a message. "Hey, we are calling to let you know that you no longer have insurance." And I'm like,
What?
right, exactly. But I knew that they were calling because they always call, "Hey, you have an appointment tomorrow," or whenever, right? So I kind of didn't even really bother to listen to the voicemail until the following day. And so I called back and I'm like, "What do you mean I don't have insurance?" Because they called because, they were calling the old insurance and now I had new insurance and blah, blah, blah. It was a total cluster. And they said, "We can't let you come in to see the rheumatologist because you need a referral." And I was like, "What are you talking about? I've been coming to this clinic for 20-something years, and I've seen a rheumatologist. I've had the referral. Actually, before that, I think I had PPO, so I never really... I knew I had a referral. Anyways, I'm like, "What are you talking about? You have a referral." And then she's like, "Well, the insurance, the referral has to go through the new insurance." And I'm like, "What? What?" Right? So I called the insurance, right? And I said, "Look," I explained the situation. "I have an appointment the next day," or whatever it was. "I have an appointment." And they called and they told me that I needed a referral to go through you guys, the new insurance, even though I've been going to the same clinic. I already have a referral. I've already seen a rheumatologist. I don't understand. And she says, "Well," she was really nice. "Well, unfortunately, ma'am." And I'm like, first of all, don't call me ma'am. No, I didn't say that. But she's like, "Unfortunately, the insurance has to go through us." And I'm like, I don't understand. I've seen doctors there, the same story. I said, "I'll tell you what if I can pay the doctor visit out of pocket, right? And will you cover the labs and the meds?" And she says, I can't guarantee that. Maybe we will. They may say yes. They may say no. So why don't we just hold off?" And, I got a really nice lady, and she really pushed everything through. And I was actually able, my appointment was canceled, and then I was able to reschedule it again. And, oh, this is another funny story. But I called to reschedule the appointment, and he's like, "I need a referral from the doctor." And that was late in the day. And then I called back, and before they can let me come in to see a rheumatologist. And I don't know, it just depends on who you get, because then I called the following morning and the lady's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I can get you in." But, I don't know, to make a long story short, I did need to go in, and they made me go in just to see a regular GP. And I walked in. "Oh, you're here to get a referral?" I go, "Yep, I am. I needed a referral for a rheumatologist and an ophthalmologist." And I was in and out in like 5 minutes. It was the biggest waste of time, because I had to leave work, wait in the waiting room. I was only in with the doctor for 5 minutes. I don't get it, guys. I was really frustrated.
It can be frustrating, but we also need to be thankful and grateful. We're healthy enough to schedule our own appointments. We have insurance. It is COVID. They were able to get you in quickly. There's some positives here.
I don't know how it happened, but yes. So, so I go in. I saw the rheumatologist. He was actually a really cool dude. I expected a different experience, but I actually really liked this rheumatologist. And so anyways, I'm going to continue going to him. And most importantly, he gave me the meds that I wanted, that I had been taking, because a lot of... I'm on Plaquenil and Dolobid. And a lot of doctors, they don't want to give Dolobid. And Dolobid is a NSID. What is that?
An NSAID? I'm not sure what
whatever that is. Anyways, it really helps with inflammation and pain. If I go like 3 days without that, I'm dead in the water, because I start hurting. But anyways, he gave me what I wanted. And he sent me, this is funny, because he sent me to get labs. And, I mean, look, I don't want this to be an episode where I'm complaining about everything, but, oh my God, it has pros and cons, right? So anyways, he sends me to the lab, and I'm with the girl that's going to draw my blood, and she's like, oh, so, what arm? And I'm like, oh, usually you guys take it from the right. And so she's like, no, I think I like your left better. So she poked my left at nothing.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, nothing. She's like, okay, so I can't poke you there again. So can I poke you in your right? And I said, go for it, right? So she poked me, and can you believe she missed again, right? And I was like, okay, well, I'm already here. I said, you go. I have a really good vein right here on my hand. And so she poked me there, and I'm going to say she took 2 vials, maybe 3. I don't remember, but I know it was 2 or 3. And I said, is that all you're taking? And she says, yeah, that's all I'm taking. That's all that the doctor said. I go, well, usually you guys take about 10 or 12 vials. And she's like, nope, that's it. Okay, I'm away. I don't know if it was the end of the day, but anyways, I left. And then the following morning, they called me from the same doctor, and they're like, we didn't take enough blood. You have to come back. And I was like, what are you talking about, right? So I went back, and it was the same girl. She was really nice, though, right? And I was like, oh, no, it's you. I was just cracking jokes, but, but I actually went prepared. I drank. They were able to get me in the same day that they called. So I drank a lot of water. I dressed warm. I pumped actually it was the following day because I drank a lot of water. I dressed warm with a jacket. And while I was waiting, I was pumping my hands, to get my blood circulating. And she took about 10 vials this time. And it went by fast. So when you guys go to the lab, always be prepared, dress warm. I don't know what happens, but why does that help you, Brian, to stay warm?
When you're warm, your blood just flows a little easier.
And if you're not warm, what, your veins hide or what? What happens?
Everything kind of like tenses up. You actually start pushing more blood. Mm-hmm. Your blood pressure will increase to help keep your extremities warm. You think it would be easier to find it at that point, but
yeah,
for whatever reason, warm is good.
And pumping your hands.
That
so I do
blood
this,
flow.
Okay, with my hands. I put my hands on my hands like this.
Your hands on your arms.
Yeah. So and that helps me every time, but I think especially keeping warm. So, anyways.
And another lesson learned here is if they take 2 vials, you normally get 10. Ask them to check the printer and make sure it's not jammed.
Yeah, so she said that it just didn't print. I don't know if it got jammed or it ran out of paper. But probably when they fixed it, all this paper, all these scripts started coming out, right? And I was like, you know what, though? But I'm definitely not a Karen, and I'm like, well, I guess here I am, But was it an inconvenience? Yes. But, it is what it is. We all make mistakes. It happened. And the second time that I went, she got me the first time. And she was able to draw blood and my veins didn't collapse. So I was happy about that. So that's a positive. So I guess I always see the positive because you're right. I was able to drive myself, make my own appointments. So I'm thankful for that. And I have insurance. So that's another good thing.
Well, and the second piece of this puzzle was scripts.
Yes, scripts.
Trying to get scripts, insurance changes,
So Brian asked me, well, why are you trying to get in, before the end of the year or even before next year? Because you know that the insurance is going to change again. And I'm like, because I don't know. I started feeling a little bit panicky because I knew that the insurance was going to run out. I'm kind of running low on meds. And Brian made a joke. You're running low on meds is like having 2 or 3 months worth, right? But I mean, But I'm thankful I got the process started because, look, so I have about 6 meds that I need to fill. I got the Plaquenil, which is the hydroxychloroquine, right? That's how you say it. I got my Dolobit for the inflammation and pain, Restasis, Evozac to help produce saliva, the Synthroid, and I want to say one more. I can't remember right now, but I want to get them through the mail because it's cheaper and you get more, right? Because sometimes when you just go to your local pharmacy, they just want to give you a month, and who wants to go every 30 days to pick up a script, right? So the Plaquenil, I don't know if you guys have the same issue, but the tablets, sometimes they're oval or oblong, and then some are round. I've been given both. The round ones, I just can't swallow them.
And if you don't remember, she has issues swallowing pills, no matter what shape they are. So they're usually crushed and mixed with some liquid.
Well, I think we all do. If you don't produce saliva, it's hard. I mean, it's hard eating. Lately, right. I feel like I'm having a harder time swallowing. That's why I asked for Evozac. But so, anyways, the Plaquenil that they gave me, because I'm gonna fill it with Express Scripts. I called them. The girl was very helpful, and she actually patched me through to the pharmacist while she was on the phone. And I actually asked her, look, so I asked for printed scripts because at the time I didn't even know who I was going to mail the prescriptions to, right, via the mail because it was new insurance. So I hadn't figured all that out. So I made copies of my scripts. I even went as far as I did a Word document, and I downloaded some pictures of Plaquenil from the internet, the round ones and the oblong ones. I know I was ridiculous. And a little note, please, I have trouble swallowing. I explained it. I have trouble swallowing. Can you please not give me round? Can you please give me the oblong ones? And I even, yes, no, and I crossed it out in red and green. It was actually really comical. Actually, I made.
How come you never showed me that?
Anyways, it was really comical. I was laughing at myself because I'm like, oh my God, when these people get this, they're going to be like, what the heck? What are we like in 5th grade? Anyways, about a week, I hadn't heard back from them. So I actually checked my account, and they had my mailing address correct because, Brian, I was shipping it here to the studio. And so finally, I get a call from them, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I called them. I gave them a call, and I said, hey, did you get my scripts? Oh, no, we haven't seen anything, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I know you got it because you have the new shipping address. Anyways, no here nor there. But I was talking to the girl, and I said, hey, can you put a note on my chart that says to give me the oblong ones? And, the same situation, trouble swallowing. And she's like, oh, we need to talk to a pharmacist. So she patched me through. And so I was having a conversation with the pharmacist, and I explained everything. And he was very nice and understanding. And he asked me, do you know who the manufacturer was? And I said, no, but I do know that they were oblong. I said, and they're kind of coated. And there's another one that I've taken that's oblong, but it has like a hourglass shape. And he's like, oh, I see that one. Is the manufacturer so-and-so? And I'm like, well, I don't remember. Was it generic? And I go, I don't care if it's generic or not. I just want it to be oblong. And anyways, he put a note in my chart. I went home and I checked the manufacturer, and it was what he had said. But anyways, I know I'm making it really long. Sorry, guys. But so he put it in my chart. I get a call a couple of days later, and they're like, we're having trouble filling your script. Well, they can't. They're low on Plaquenil. And then I'm thinking, well, are they low on Plaquenil, or was it that I was very specific with what I wanted, right? So I'm going to say that I was probably very specific, and so maybe they didn't have it at the time, right?
Most likely. Or they don't commonly carry that one, so this would be a special order situation.
Well, my thing is, I'm good if you don't carry that manufacturer. As long as it's Oblong, that's all I care about. So they told me they didn't know when they were going to have it, and so I got my prescription. And you know what? Actually, this is what I did. I took to social media and I put out a post on Facebook and Instagram, and I didn't get much love on Facebook, but on Instagram, a lot of people commented, and it's because I asked, "Is anybody having issues?" I'm having issues getting my Plaquenil, and a lot of people, different states, they're having issues because of COVID, this and that and the other. But then people started like, "Oh, go to CVS or check your local Walgreens. That's where I go." Or somebody said Costco, and I'm like, dang, 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 Costco. I when I think of meds, I feel in my meds, I never think of Costco. What's up with that?
Well, probably because you think you have to get a 55-gallon drum of them.
Right, or Plaquenil. They're gonna give me I'm gonna need like a big old truck.
A dolly.
Oh my God, that's so funny. But anyways, I'm like Costco. So I work really close to a Costco. So during my hour and a half lunch, I went to Costco. And so, of course, I had a copy, right? I had a copy of the script. And the lady, she's like, this is a copy. I'm like, I know. And I explained the situation to her, right? And I said, I know. And she's like, well, we can't take a copy. And I'm like, you can call a doctor, and it's legit, right? Anyways, so where are we with that? I'm waiting for the doctor to call them to validate my script is where I'm at with that. But I did get, I checked my account, and they shipped the Synthroid, and they shipped the Dolobid and the Restasis. And when I just want to share this, when I checked about the Restasis, I don't think I've ever paid attention to how much it actually cost. Guess how much it cost, guys, for Restasis?
I saw the post today.
For 3 months, okay? For 3 months, mind you. For 3 months, the cost is over $1,700.
Now, for anybody out there that's paying that out of pocket, wow, we had no idea.
Holy guacamole. I'm like, who can afford that? Guacamole, because I'm craving guacamole. Aguacates. No, but it's like, Brian's laughing at me. No, but seriously, guys, who can afford $1,700 in eye drops? I mean, what? And anyways, my cost, because I have insurance, my cost is $100 for 3 months. $100 is $100 a lot. Yeah, it is.
It's better than $570.
It's better. But you know what? I also put out a post, and some people are paying a lot of money for that. And some people are going without because, nobody wants to pay even $100, But a lot of people told me to go to the manufacturer's website, and they give coupons. I don't know. I've never checked that out. I have to check that out. But some people get it for $10. Some people get, what's that other thing called? The coupon?
Oh, that good, is it Good Med or Good RX?
Good RX or something like that. I mean, I guess because I've always had insurance, and I think this is the first time I pay $100, because I remember paying $20 and $50. So, I guess I had better insurance in the past, several years ago, not recently. But, I mean, $100 is kind of a lot, but it's for 3 months. And, I'm thankful for that. And another thing that I wanted to share that I've shared many times, for those of you who actually use Restasis or Xydra or anything, if it comes in an individual vial, and when you go to the ophthalmologist or whoever, and the instructions are only to use it once and chuck it, throw it away. But Dr. Reba And I think my first ophthalmologist before he retired and Dr. Reba passed, they both told me to use every single drop. Keep it in the fridge. And I've told you guys before, keep it in the fridge. Use every single drop. Don't chuck it after the first one. And when you keep it in the fridge and you wake up first thing in the morning, it's so refreshing, because if you're like me, my eyes really hurt. Sometimes I think I sleep longer because I can't focus. My eyes hurt. I feel like I'm sleepy, but I'm not. Really, it's just my eyes are in pain. I get up and I put a couple of drops in. It's refreshing. It's magical. I don't even know what word to use.
It's your crack.
It's my crack, yeah. Actually, you know what? And sometimes I'm just so tired to get up. I actually asked Brian for my birthday last year. I asked him if he could buy me a mini fridge so I could keep it next to my spot in the living room. And that's actually where I keep my meds. And the regular fridge, I keep one too, because who wants to keep going to the mini fridge? But that's where I keep my meds. And
because you spend so much time in the kitchen.
What? What are you talking about?
It's right next to your recliner.
I don't know. Anyways, so that's my advice, for those of you, maybe this is the first time listening to this podcast, but keep your eye drops, Restasis, whatever, even if you buy them over the counter, keep them in the fridge. Buy the individual vials because they are preservative free. And the way I imagine it, if you buy the little bottle, you'll get like a ring around your eye, like calcium buildup. So I don't know if that's true, but that's the way that I imagine it, right? So
that's all in your head, I'm sure.
So it's, preservative free. That's what the doctors say. Anyways, so, woo! That's my rant. But my lab work, it's perfect. My lab work is good.
Your last eye appointment was spot on.
Oh, my last eye appointment. Yeah, it was good. It was, I made a post about that because I like posting about this stuff because, for newbies or, just people, you want to know that you're going through the same thing or what your experience was. So, you know what I like about COVID? I hate COVID, but what I like about COVID is when you go to the doctor, they kind of see you right away. There's not a million people waiting in the waiting room, and then your appointment is at 10. They don't see you till 12, So
they're scheduling fewer appointments per hour.
You go in at the time that they say, maybe 5 minutes later, but yeah, it's been awesome. So anyways, you go in, and they take you into your little room, and they check your vision, and then they dilate you. I go every 6 months. They dilate you, right? And then I'm always a little bit nervous when they're going to put that fluid in my eye because it really stings. I don't know if, like you, Brian, when you go, I don't know if you've ever been dilated, but because my eyes are so dry, oh, my God, it burns. It's bad. Do you have the same experience?
You know what I feel about stuff in my eyes. So.
Oh, my God. That would be funny. This guy, I have to put his eye drops in his eyes, and he's like, oh, my God, get away from me. You're killing me. I'm like, it's eye drops. What are you talking about?
I woke up, and my eye was puffy, and I had a little sty on my eyelid, and we got this cream. It's kind of like the consistency of Vaseline, and she had to, put that on my eyelid, and I don't like things near in my eye. I can't even put eye drops in my own eye.
I had to fight him. He almost punched me.
It wasn't a fight, but yeah, I'm a baby about
it. So anyways, they dilate you, and then they take you into this other dark room, and the machine is shaped I said it was shaped like an eye because it's round, and you have to put your chin on this little thing.
You know what I think is funny?
What?
Probably everybody listening's been to the eye doctor.
Well, I know, but I just want to tell them anyways.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then you have to count the lights. You see a red light, click, click, click. And so
You get to play video games at your eye doctor?
I asked the lady, I said, so just random, how many lights flash? And she's like, oh, it's 80 lights. I said, oh, it's so 80 per eye? Because I always feel like I don't see the first 10. Like, am I missing? But, I mean, my results, I always get every single one. And I don't think I do, but that's what they said. And whatever, I'm doing good. And they take you into another little room and they take a picture of your eye. I would like to see that in color. I would like to see a regular eye and dry eyes to see the difference. And then you're done with that. They take you back to the other room and you're waiting for the doctor there. And the doctor, he puffs in your eye. I don't know.
He does the eye pressure test?
That's why you're here, because you have to fill in my words when I'm, doing gestures. So, yeah, he
blows the puff of air.
That's it. And then he's checking the eye pressure. He said everything was good. I don't know what the heck that means, but okay. And so then he shines this bright light. I mean, it pierces the back of my skull, and it hurts. It hurts. I don't know if people that don't have dry eyes have the same experience, but this light is so bright, it gives me a headache. I feel it back here, back of my skull. It's terrible. But he said, wow, your eyes are dry. I was like, I go, yes, they are. But he said everything looks great. He said, when people are on Plaquenil, they need to come in every 6 months because whatever, it could affect your vision. I don't know the medical terms, but yeah, he said it was good. I asked him for a script for a month for Stasis because, for a year, but he only gave it to me for 6 months, but I'm sure I could just call. Yeah, and so that's been my experience. And I think in 2 weeks, I go in for a physical. So I'm going to ask the doctor, I'm going to ask her for, I want to go see ear, nose, and mouth. What do you call those?
ENT, ear, nose, and throat?
Yeah, I want to go see one of those doctors because lately I feel like I'm having trouble swallowing. I mean, it's really bad. One time, I was literally choking. Brian, he got up and he was, what do I do? He had the phone in his hand, about to call 911. And I feel like I'm afraid to eat lately. And I'm not hungry, and I don't know if it's like subconscious. I'm afraid to eat. That's why I'm not hungry. I don't know. What do you think?
I think part of it's subconscious. I think you need to get in the habit of taking food in your mouth, chewing it, and putting water in your mouth with it to lubricate it and help the swallow until you get this figured out.
I chew my food a lot, and I know the food is in my mouth, and I swallow it just in little bits and pieces. I'm just really terrified. I'm sure everybody, Shogis, people with dry mouth, it's really scary because you don't want it to get caught in your throat, the food. But, anyways. So, this was kind of a little rant, but, I always want you guys to know what's going on in my life with me and, what you should, be looking out for and make sure that the positive here that I want you to take, or have enough meds, pre-prepared. We've had episodes where we say be prepared with your meds, be sure you have 3 months in advance, and I kind of let it slip because of the transition with the insurances. Ugh. But
and it's easy to do. I slipped on one of my meds and realized my follow-up appointment was the same day the last med should have been taken. And, so I started halving the pill just to keep some in my system.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate. But
and,
I learned.
Absolutely, yeah. And especially if you know you're gonna, I mean, you don't expect to change insurance in the middle of the year or whatever,
Three times in 6 months.
Yeah, but it did happen, and I mean that was out of my control. But I always try to have meds. And another thing that I forgot to mention, they wouldn't give me the appointment with the rheumatologist. They said you have to go and see a regular doctor and for a physical because you haven't been here in a while. And I'm like, oh my God. Anyways, that appointment they gave me 4 months ahead. You know what I mean? It was a weird experience. But guys, be prepared. Have your meds. Fill them early. Even if you have extra, fill them early so you don't go without. But anyways, just wanted to share that.
Lupe and I have been talking about this show, and kind of when we started, we were bringing on a lot of guests, kind of using this as a platform to let other people share their story because we all learn from shared experience. And we'd kind of like to start doing that again. If you would like to talk with us and or come on the show, it doesn't have to be video. This show is audio only. If there's, any issues there, audio is fine. But the best way to get a hold of her is DM her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because she sleeps with her phone. She's got this cool glove, and it's got one of those phone things like your car. So her phone's just in her hand 24/7.
Okay, he's lying, but okay. I mean, it is in my hand a lot, okay. But, I do sleep with my phone, yes.
Hit her up on Instagram and or drop us an email. Lupe at sjogrenstrong.com. And, we can chat and talk you through the process and go from there.
And, you could reach out on Facebook too, but Facebook is really weird because
the algorithms in the new meta.
Well, I get this notification that I have a message, but then I can't find the red dot and I can't find the message, and then I can't find it for months, and maybe it's just me. I don't know, Facebook, or they changed it so much, It used to be really easy, but now definitely Instagram is easier. I have received messages from people, and they are interested in sharing their story. Not only their story, but, maybe they have a business, your story. If you want to share it, we're here, And so yeah, I'm calling out people, volunteers, share your story. We're here. If you have any show suggestions, I have a few in mind. I have a few guests in mind, and definitely going to be reaching out to them. And I know that we've been away for a while, but we want to definitely come back. So
definitely.
So thanks for listening to my rant. I hope that you take something from it, and don't do as I did, okay? And I think that's it. That's all I got. And so until next time, sip constantly and stay hydrated, guys.